Hello everyone, this is Senrex from the Order 66 Hellions, and today I'm going to do a video on how to counter a 7-star Leviathan with Negotiator, and this is post-buff. I know this sounds very difficult to believe, but there's actually a very viable strategy to use where a 7-star Negotiator can quite easily counter a 7-star Leviathan, so let's jump right into it. First and foremost, on the itinerary today, we're going to talk about who this video is for, how practical this counter is, the basics of the counter. I'm going to go through as many clips in part 4 as I can of me pulling off this counter so that people have some situational awareness. This is just going to be a preliminary guide of how to do it. Hopefully at some point in the future I'm going to have a larger, more in-depth guide on how to do it, but I'm just trying to get this out as quickly as possible so as many people can know before the next territory war cycle. And lastly, we're going to finish off with a little bit of self-promotion. So first, let's talk about who this is for. You, of course. Your guild definitely needs you to win some Leviathan battles. In Territory War, everyone's got a 7-star Negotiator for the most part at this point, with the exception of some very new players. You might see it in GAC. Or if you're like me, you've got a few pesky 7-star Leviathans in your fleet shard, and I don't have Profundity. So this is the strategy that I've been using in order to take first in my fleet arena shard every single day. So if you've got a 7-star Negotiator and you've got some Leviathans that are on your hand anywhere in this game, you can counter them in a very free-to-play and efficient way. So let's talk about how practical this counter is. Now, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need the BLT, as I like to call it, or the BTL, Y-Wing Starfighter, 7 stars. This is necessary for the counter. At my current relics, I'm running a 60% success rate in all of my battles. I've got my General Kenobi up to relic 8. This is for the Jedi Master Kenobi event. I've got my 5s to relic 7. This is from my cam missions. My Jedi Knight Anakin to relic 7. My Ahsoka to relic 5, and then my Plo Koon to gear 12. These are the only characters that you're going to need, and for the most part, the relics are decently high, but for a lot of people over 4 million GP, who are pretty much going to be the only people facing Leviathans in their fleet shard or their GACs for the most part, having these characters up to relic 7 is not that big of an ask. It's important to note that I do have 6-dot mods on all of these characters, giving them a little bit boost in stats for the fleet battles. It's also important to note that in all of the battles that I will be showing, my opponent will have a 7-star Leviathan with, at minimum, all Relic 7 characters, if not Relic 8s and Relic 9s. A lot of people in my fleet shard have their Darth Malgus up to Relic 9. I don't have any Relic 9 characters, so, you know, the fact that this fleet composition works is just a miracle. So the basics of the counter, most of it's going to have to be learned from the video content that I'm going to show in a few seconds. But it's important to note that the Negotiator is faster than Leviathan, so you're going to be pulling off your AoE with the Negotiator, calling a Mass Assist in on the Sith Marauders tank ship. This is going to do massive damage. During this time frame, you're going to work on applying target lock to all opponents, and you're going to pop an AoE with 5s. If things go well, this is going to take out the TIE Dagger. In a lot of scenarios it does. And once a TIE Dagger is out, you just need to work your way around the team and make whatever moves seem most logical to eliminate your opponents as quickly as possible. Now this is a viable one-shot option, so let's go ahead and get right into this video content so we can show you guys more specifically in these scenarios how you can counter the Leviathan. Hello everyone, so we're going to get right into this battle. So the goal is to take out the opponent's TIE Dagger as quickly as possible and apply a bunch of target locks to jack up the Umbaran Starfighters' overall damage. Now, when we're doing this, we just look to apply as much target lock as possible, and if we don't get a bunch of target locks at the beginning, then this run's going to kind of be dead. Right now I'm running about 60% success rate, so I'm just going to do a step-by-step on how hopefully to counter this team. Had a little hiccup in the first run, but nothing that a new attempt won't go. Okay, so the Umbaran Starfighter always goes first. You're going to want to apply a basic to your opponent, and then they're going to do some funky stuff. Next, you're going to want to use your Mobilize. You're going to want to pop an AoE, do as much damage to them as you possibly can. Hopefully, get some target locks. That is beautiful. So what we see here is that the opponent, right, they have 2 target locks in the field, right? And typically, if Sith Marauder wasn't taunting, you'd want to use your basic on the TIE Dagger. But right now, I'm just going to pop an AoE to hopefully make the TIE Dagger the weakest opponent's ship. So now I'm going to pop an AoE here, and it dispels buffs from the weakest ship as well as the ship that you're targeting. So hopefully the TIE Dagger is the weakest right now. Looks like it is. Okay. Now we can use Fives' special ability on Barn Missile Pods to take out, hopefully, the TIE Dagger, as well as do some massive damage to other ships. Boom. TIE Dagger is gone, as are most of our problems, right? So now what we need to do is we need to focus on taking out Darth Malgus' ship. So I'm going to call in Ahsoka, because at this point we're looking very good as far as health and debuffs go, right? And then this is not going to dispel any buffs, so I'm just going to apply a basic to hopefully get some offense up running. And then basic, so we're through Darth Malgus' bonus life. His ship is now very squishy. Okay, they have disabled our hangar. We are looking fine. We're looking fine. We're going to use basic here. Darth Malgus' ship is out. Now we're just going to go all in on the bomber. Boom. And that's it. With good RNG and a good amount of target locks on your opponent, this counter is very, very easy to use. Let's go see if we can get another clip of this being done. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get right into this. Important to note that our opponent is using a 7-star Leviathan right here. We're going to just go in there, hope for as many target locks as possible, and then see how quickly we can take out their ships. We're going to talk through a couple key important points that you want to make sure are happening. So typically, the 5s on Barn Starfighter is going to go first. You're just going to want to use a basic. Don't use that special ability because you're going to be screwing yourself over for later if you do. Next, we're going to pop an AoE. We're going to hope to see as many target locks as we can. We got 1 target lock. Okay, that's good. And looks like that. We dispelled the taunt on Sith Marauder, so now we can use the basic on the Sith Trooper ship to inflict another target lock, as well as ensure that he's the lowest health character. So when you use your torpedoes away, it targets whatever enemy you target and the weakest enemy and dispels buffs from them. So this is going to strip the critical hit immunity from the TIE Dagger and allow us to kill it hopefully in the next turn with 5s. 5's going to go right here, and we're going to use the Barn Missile Pods and hopefully take them all out. Look at that. We did some massive damage. We got through. Next order of business is we're going to want to do as much damage to Darth Malgus as possible. We're going to dispel that taunt. We're going to call in Ahsoka's ship. Use that special on her. We're going to pop an AoE here. Not quite, not quite. They're going to call in their Sith Assassin ship. We're still in decent shape right here. We're going to use this special. Almost got him down. We're going to use the Republic Protection to give ourselves basically a bonus life because they're going to struggle a little bit getting through our characters. They sabotage the hangar, which is not what we like to see. Use a basic right here. Come on, we just got to see if we can take him out. Okay, he's almost done for. Basic. 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 Oh, he's just not taking all the damage we'd like to see. So they called in a reinforcement, and we can go ahead and use our ultimate ability on our opponents. Now, our next order of business is we're definitely going to want to take out this ship right here, as he is a pesky little bugger. Good grief. Yeah, that's not a good setup. We'll just get rid of his foresight. We're going to do the basic. No point using a special. Looks like we got rid of him. They're going to take over our ship. Hopefully they're going to apply us with fear, and then they're going to use an AoE, which is going to not get rid of our turn meter. Yep, so they're going to use an AoE, which doesn't get rid of our turn meter. Now we can hopefully get through Sith Assassin. And just like that, we have taken out a 7-star Leviathan with relative ease using a Negotiator fleet. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As always, I'm doing roster reviews, so if you post your GG in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated, and I'll have a roster review for you out some point in the future. Lastly, a guild plug, the Order 66 Hellions. As always, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. That really, really, really help out the channel. I think that this video guide is going to be very useful for a lot of people, at least as before they add a second buff to Leviathan. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.